What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Above Ground Music Radio Podcast. I am the host, Richard Radillo, joined by my guest right next to me, Dylan Gonzalez, Mr. Naysay himself. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, what the Above Ground Music Radio Podcast is, it's where I, the host, Richard Radillo, have a special guest once a week, and we also showcase 4 awesome bands. But in between all that, we shoot the shit and doing weird stuff. Okay, that's how you put your gum in.
I mean, all I'm saying is, I came here to hokey poke the fuck out. You know what I mean? But, not get full blown. But it is what it is, dog.
Well, welcome to this ride, ladies and gentlemen, because it's just getting started. Like I said, how you doing, Dylan, real quick?
Not too bad, dude. Not too bad.
Awesome.
I just do the do, man.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's get into the first song, which is one of my newest favorite bands, and I don't know. They're starting to move up there as one of my favorite bands. The Grinning Ghosts, Minis, Yoo-Hoo. Enjoy.
I'm the guy they call Little Mickey Mouse. Got a sweet down by the chicken house. Need a fat, no skinny, she's horses. When he sees my little bitty mouth. When it's feeding time for the animals, and they always go like the cannibals. I just turn my ear to the house till I hear they sing this song. For the old tall cat with his meow meow, old round dog with his bow bow bow, and the crow caw caw and the mule hee-haw. All to make a record like an oversized. Listen to the cuckoo to his cuckoo, and I the rooster cock-a-doodle-doo. With the cows and the chickens, they all sound like the chickens when I hear the little Minnie. Ooh. I'm the guy they call Little Mickey Mouse. Got a sweetie down by the chicken house. She's a fat, no skinny, she's horses. When he sees my little Minnie Mouse. When it's feeding time for the animals, and they all end up like the cannibals. I just turn my ear to the house till I hear they sing this song. Oh, the old tomcat with his meow meow, old hound dog with his bow bow bow, and the crow caw caw and the mule hee-haw. All they make a regular oversized. Listen to the cuckoo to his cuckoo, and the rooster cock-a-doodle-doo. With the cows and the chickens, they all sound like the chickens when I hear the little bitty. Yoo-hoo.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Grinning Ghosts, me, Minis, Yoo-Hoo, an awesome band. Love me some Tom. Love me some Daryl or Blake. I don't know how he prefers. He said I can call him Daryl, I think, the last time I saw him, which was nice. But yeah, those guys are awesome. And talking about awesome, let's talk about what we're going to promote right now. And that's what's awesome. So the floor is yours, Dylan. Promote anything and everything you want to promote.
Awesome, dude. Well, first and foremost, dude, thanks for having me so much, dude. It's awesome. Thank you for the opportunity. Quick shout out to Grinning Ghosts. They just played our last show on October 20th. They were killer. They had a kick-ass set. Good times were had. They're a really cool band, and you guys should definitely check them out. And speaking of shows, save the date, Friday, December 28th. We got a show coming up already. We have booked Fashion Jackson, Lefties, both from San Diego. We also have Joy Noise, and I believe we may or may not have the Gnars, but we got some more bands to come, dude.
Awesome. Sounds sick.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna do here, Orange County.
Do you have the venue yet or no?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
there in El Rincon in Santa Ana.
Okay.
Awesome place. Pretty
Awesome.
good peeps.
Sick. Do you want to talk about Naysay for a little bit too?
Yeah, dude. So Naysay, we're kind of like our own deal. Naysay has been a idea of mine ever since I was 16 years old. I've always loved music, and I've always loved art, like everything from music to film to visual art, whatever the case may be. And for me, like I always thought it'd be cool to have like a platform to where I can help artists better manage themselves. And like I'm a firm believer that a lot of that we have like a lot of major record labels, a lot of traditional entertainment conglomerates that aren't really recognizing a lot of these younger artists, and even when they do recognize them, they don't really give them a fair deal. And so for me, like I'm a firm believer in giving art back to the hands of artists. And I really want to give them a platform to showcase their stuff, and also just remove a lot of the bullshit that's in the industry right now. And how we're doing that is first and foremost we've been throwing events, and then we're just kind of keep scaling up. And it's just there's a whole lot of stuff to come after that. Awesome,
dude. I'm really excited because there really isn't that many other kind of productions like this, or like Naysay as well, that like are just doing shows regularly in the Orange County area, which is awesome. Because I know there's a couple other places, like other promotions. I know there's Mr. Sunday. There's a Drop Acid, I think that's what it's called.
Top Acid.
Or Top Acid or something like that.
There's M-Hay too. He's been throwing
M-Hay,
shows.
oh, and M-Hay, yeah. Well, you guys kind of work together as well. But M-Hay is kind of also like he's like a I don't know how to describe it. It's a little bit different because he's like just a one man kind of crew in a way at times, because he's either going to different shows that he's not throwing and then taking pictures of them, but he's also promoting himself, but also promoting the bands, which is kind of like it's a really cool idea. And then he does his own stuff on his own, like he's doing tonight, which we're both going to go to that show tonight, which is really sick. So like, yeah, there's like those guys like that, but I think it's because how Orange County is so wide open, I guess, in a way, and it's not like there's not regular shows happening or all the time. Like I see like with Leisure Life and them up in like the Whittier and San Gabriel Valley area. And then there's a couple of promotions down in San Diego that I'm forgetting that I've messaged in the past. But yeah, there's a lot of activity going on, and what I'm really happy is there's more stuff going in Orange County, because I think it's a scene where there's a lot of potential, and then there's also a lot of kids I think that aren't being shown this kind of stuff, and they would probably really like a lot of the music. They're just like not there or present. You just need to put it in front of their face for a little bit, and they'll probably be like, wow, I actually kind of like this. You know what I mean? And then to the point to where they really enjoy it and they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And that's why I love about what you're doing, man. It's awesome.
Thanks. I mean, I know for me, like, there's no shortage of talent here in Orange County. I mean, we have a lot of killer bands that are putting out some pretty good fucking music. And I think it's a real shame that talent's getting unrecognized.
Yeah.
And the way that the music industry is right now is it used to be to where, like, if you're a band, you had to, like, go through all the pay-to-play bullshit. You had to, like, keep playing, and then it would be, like, years before, you're recognized by, a much larger scale record label. And even then, they would write some pretty unfair contracts and take most of your money. And they would also, like, have, like, a little more creative control. And nowadays, with social media, things like streaming services, now traditional entertainment conglomerates like that, they're not gonna be around in the next 5 to 10 years. And what we call in the industry the barrier of entry for, like, young artists to make it to the top and get recognized for the talent is starting to go away, to where, like, they're going to be able to, have their voice heard. And for me, like, that's what, like, Naysay is all about, is where we're kind of moving towards that model, to where, like, I'm a firm believer that with, like, artists, like, they should get recognized. They should be out there. Artists should get paid, believe it or not. They should get paid. And, yeah,
yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's a good rant right there. That's what I can say. So you have a show going on December 28th, right?
Yes.
At what was it again? Sorry.
El Rincon,
El Rincon, Santa Ana. Mark it on your calendars, boys and girls, because if the Gnars are on that, I'm probably gonna go. So yeah, dude, that's it. For me promoting, for me promoting, shout out to all the bands that we had last night at Beatnik Bandito, to the Goons, Melt Mars, Beach Stones, and Amoeba Boys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you, Dave, for hosting us last night, and then opening up his arms to have shows there and to continue to have shows there. Also, thank you to Juan, especially, who helped put this show together. Really, I really didn't have to do much. He basically booked all the bands. I just was like, okay, I'll run it. Which was really nice. Yeah, I have a show at Beatnik as well next month on the 21st. Some of the bands have been confirmed, but I'm going to wait until to announce the lineup when I have everyone on board. But yes, December 21st at Beatnik Bandito. Come and have some fun, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, here we go. That's it. I'm done promoting. Are you done promoting? We're done? Oh, you were going to shout out to your dad.
Oh yeah, shout out to my dad. He's pretty cool. Like my dad's just he's pretty badass.
Okay.
We'll talk more about him later.
Okay, awesome. Here we go. Let's get into the second song of the podcast, and this is shout out to some more homies. This is Sex Sells, She Hangs. Enjoy.
She hangs upside down, drain it out, cut it out. She makes a beautiful rain from the tears in her veins. Well, I've seen it all before, from the light on the door. There were demons in my head, always said, make her dead, 'cause she's the only one, she's the only one. She's the only one. The only one. There's nothing left to do now. Wrap it up or throw it out. Remember what I've done and how. Wanna leave, wanna breathe. I've heard it all before. From the bloodstains on the floor. There were demons in my head. Always said, make her dead, 'cause she's the only one. She's the only one. She's the only one. She's the only one. They said, she's the only one. She's the only one. They said, she's the only one. She's the only one.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. That was Sex Sells, She Hangs. A very disturbing song when you look at the lyrics, but I guess I see where it comes from, because when the guys talk about why they wrote that song, it kind of makes sense. They like horror movies, so. Oh, shout out to Ricardo, MD, and Angel, and Sex Sells. Enjoy that song, hopefully you did, and go check them out. They're awesome. Let's get into the first topic, young man.
Let's do this.
All right. So when I usually text a guest or tell them beforehand, I'm like, yo, just have like 5 topics you think you can really like comfortably talk about. And you're like, fuck it. We're going to just go offhand and improvise and just do weird stuff. And I was like, I can't say no to that. So what I was thinking beforehand, like literally like right now, was like, what is literally in your head going on right now?
Oh man, like dog, like on the real, pee is stored in the balls, dude. Like that's like, I don't know why like people keep talking about it's a bladder, dude. Like, and like for me, like that really upsets me, because like it's like a tool. You mean, because like you see what's really going on right now is like the NSA, man. They have like listening devices and everything, and then they're trying to tell me like, yo, it's stored in the bladder, but no, it's in the balls, right? They don't want to investigate, you know what I mean? Because all I'm saying is like, dude, 311 inside job.
311.
So like, they just like, man, like I don't know, man, just.
Oh, 311, man. Oh, so what is your sources to all this?
Dude, like it's like all like within my mind.
Within your mind?
Well, like here's the thing. It's not my mind.
Oh, okay.
It's our mind.
So we're sharing.
Well, like, think about it for a second, dog. Like, just hear me out. Hear me out. Like, audience, hear me out on this. Like, my consciousness. Your
Okay.
consciousness.
What's the consciousness name?
Donut Dawn. It's like one of my many alternate.
Okay.
egos.
All right. Okay.
But like, we don't like know like what's. At some point, there's this weird dividing line between my conscious and your conscious. What if like consciousness is all just like one entity, right?
Okay.
And like we're all just essentially like thinking like the same thing, but we just don't know it yet because we're connected somehow.
Okay.
You know what I mean, dog?
I can see where you're making the similarities with maybe people like thinking about like maybe death or something like that, or the getting through like the day or something like that. Like there's probably a good amount of the population of people that kind of think the same. I don't know like specifics. I talk about like specific ideas.
That piece just stored in the balls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. I know, like, it used to be like on the real. I'm being dead ass. Like, it's like it was just like kind of always like a weird, strange like hobby, like fetish in mind to like be at like random house parties and like just try to trip people the fuck out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I've seen that before. I've officially met you. I was like, man, that guy is on another level right now. And I don't think you were like completely sober too at the time. I don't. Do you really drink at all or nothing?
nah,
Like that? I don't smoke at all or anything like that.
I
Yeah.
don't drink. I don't smoke. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean, it's not for everybody.
Yeah. No, I have a similar friend that kind of has that kind of personality where it's kind of not the center of the not center, but like at some points he's like he comes out of nowhere in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is like somewhat it's needed. It's needed at times when people are down and you need a good laugh, but also when it's just like dead and it's awkward. You're like, yo, like whose dick's hard right now or something like that.
I know mine is.
Oh god, yeah, because I think it was at one of the Gothard shows. I'm not sure if you ran it.
Who's playing?
You've gone to a Gothard show where you didn't like host the event, right?
Yeah, I remember I was at Coachella.
I think it was Coachella where you came in and I don't know what you were saying. I was just like, man, I don't know who that is, but I bet it's Koch's friend. So I was like, it made sense.
Dude, Koch is the homie. But yeah, dude, I remember that show. It was Coachella, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I rolled up and I was wearing some like tight ass like gray booty shorts, right? Because my old deal is booty shorts. You mean gotta let the boys roam. And like freaking like I show up, you know what I mean, hokey poke the fuck out, just scoping the scene, dog. That's just how I roll. And like I remember like I had this dinosaur backpack and I whip out this like big like suction cup dildo, you know what I mean? And just,
I think I remember this.
yeah,
Yes.
the dildo. And like now, oddly enough, that dildo is now like the Naysay company dildo, or like it's just kind of like the unofficial like
Mascot.
relic,
Okay.
mascot relic, whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of like at most of our events, and we just kind of throw it around.
Yeah, I saw it at the festival you guys threw. I didn't know that was the same one, but makes sense. I guess it's traveled a lot and gone around. I'm not sure if it's been used a lot, but
Well, that's
oh
what it is.
good. Yeah, because how? I mean, I don't think that's like the unofficial way. I think might have gone. You've gone to a couple of Koch's like little parties that he's had at his house and stuff. I probably seen you there, but when I truly met you was I think Coachella or Coach whatever you want to call it, Coachella.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is that? I think it was Ricardo. Was like, oh, it's Dylan. It's one of Koch's, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, dude, Koch, me and that dude go like way back. I mean, I remember like I was my
It's all good. It's all good.
my sophomore year of high school. I remember meeting Koch. He was just like this little dude.
Still
and
is.
I believe it or not, he's actually like slightly taller than me. You would not believe it until like you actually saw us like stand back to back.
Well, it's because he's wearing shoes with like heels, so.
But anyways,
I'm not insulting him. I'm just saying.
no, but like I mean, yeah, dude, he's like, I mean, you know, he's one of my best friends, dude. I remember I fell in some hard times. You know what I mean? You know, some years ago, and like he took me in, you know what I mean, into his home, and like, you know, crashed on his couch, and like we've done a lot of crazy shit ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, because it even goes back to because I have Koch on Facebook, and then eventually I think we got a friend. Yeah, you're on my friends list or whatever you want to call it. And I usually go in the morning. Like in the morning, I'm just like on my phone, just like scrolling through. When I wake up, I'm like going through like the videos where you just go through. And I remember seeing you. I don't know what you had like your shirt up, and it was like Taco Song or something like that, right? Oh, I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is it? And I watched the whole video, and it was like you saying like you had like a southern accent or something like that, and you were just talking about some weird stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? That's Dylan, okay? And then I looked at the account that was on. I think it was on Koch's account, and it was like little baby Koch, and then I think Ty was right behind him too, which is like crazy, yeah. And that was like, oh man, like it's just weird because I think we're the first, I think humans to like look at something like that, because I mean, you can see old pictures and stuff, but like when you're on social media like that, and you're just scrolling through it randomly, you're not looking for it, and like, oh well, maybe I don't know, maybe it is, and you go through and you're like, wow, that's weird. Like I'm looking at like you when you were younger, which I mean you look pretty young still. You're like, oh yeah, it looks like you not really aged, which is pretty good. And then Koch and Ty, I was like, what the, this is crazy. Like to see like them at a younger state or younger age, I guess, which was kind of cool. But that song was like pretty epic intro to that song for sure. Yeah. But if you could find that on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good watch. It's a good watch.
Those were some interesting times in my life. Yeah, dude, I remember like Koch used to like, he had this like weird like little like acoustic project called the Tacos, and like they released like an album called Dark Side of the Poon. And like I remember they used to like throw shows in this like weird park in like Huntington Beach, and he had this like green plastic like traffic turtle thing, like safety turtle, and we used to like throw that thing around, and like it would usually like hit someone's head, and like it just like, I mean it was fun, but there was also a lot of like debauchery and just all around just like craziness that would go down. And yeah, like my whole thing was like I used to do like these monologues, we called them monologues,
yeah,
before like, you know, they're set. And the history of monologues dates back to some freaking Taco Bell, like, you know, of like Bolsa Cheek and like Kyle or some crap in Huntington. But yeah, dude, like, we just kind of did some crazy shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, it looked like a lot of fun. I would have. I mean, I'm still friends with like best friends with the guys from high school, but like doing stuff like that would have been like really interesting to like look back at. I guess we never did like social media stuff, I guess, in high school in a way. I guess, but I'm a couple years older than you too, I think. Right?
How old are you?
25.
25? Oh, yeah, I'm
yeah.
24.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm a year old. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Because I never, like, when I look back at high school, I'm like, man, I don't have many pictures of, like, I guess, like, me and my friends. We just enjoyed the moment. But it's also cool to, like, I wish I could have took some stuff like that and be like, wow, like, those were some fun times in a way for certain moments. Like, that moment was, like, pretty, that's, like, a cool moment to kind of have, like, stored in a way, which is, like, kind of beautiful to like look back at. Like, man, we were so innocent back then. Jesus. Well, I mean, not so. I mean, I don't know.
I
about
wasn't
now.
innocent. I was a demon child. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was not a good kid at all.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into that right then, technically. But let's get into the next song real quick. We're gonna get into our third song of the podcast. This is my favorite band, regardless of anything. This is the Gnars. Klepto. Enjoy. And that was the Gnars, ladies and gentlemen. Klepto. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I was basically waiting at midnight when that whole EP came out. When they told me like, "Oh, Richard, we're putting the EP out." I was like, "Yes." I think that was. I always brag about this because I used to. Well, not that. I mean, I haven't gone over in a while, but when they wrote that song, and they're like, "Richard, do you want to hear a new song?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And like literally seeing your favorite band play a new like song like that was like never been done before, I guess, and also it was just amazing. I was like, I felt like I knew the words already in a way, but just like awesome. I don't know. Fucking love those guys.
Yeah, the Gnars they're pretty cool. Like one thing I will say about them is like they played our first show ever, right? Which was coincidentally called the worst show ever. Naysay presents the worst show ever, and like they're cool dudes, honestly. One thing I will say is like yeah, they're a cool band. They put out some good music, but they're also like really professional. And like if you guys anybody out there that wants to book shows, book the Gnars.
Yeah,
because they're just cool dudes.
I also recommend bands to kind of act like them as well, because like they're how professional and how really kind they are. I remember the first time I met them, they came up to me after a show and like, "Dude, thank you for coming. What's your name?" Da 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 da. And I was like, "Whoa, what the? Did they fucking talk to me right now? Holy shit!" And then we became friends, and that's awesome. But yeah, let's get into you being a child. Which is, I mean, are you still a child technically?
I don't know, man. Like I'm perpetually like, I guess I'm getting kind of old now. I mean, I'm at the point right now where like I officially have like back and knee problems.
Oh wow, really?
I mean, not major, but
yeah, I get what you're saying. I've had like reconstructive knee surgery, so I know it's gonna bite me in the ass like pretty soon or eventually. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll put you this way: I'm like old enough to the point now where like I have gone to shows. I'm like, holy crap! I'm like the oldest one here.
yeah, definitely. I know me and Jeff went to like a locker room show. I think it was for the Asthmatics like a while back. And he was like moshing and like he rolls because he always does this like weird thing, and then like he gets like a little push and he's gets off bounce and he'll roll. And I think after he rolled, he came up to me. He was like, "Oh, I can't do that as well as I used to." And then because he's about this, I think we're about the same age.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a thing that's kind of it'll definitely war on you. And like we're only in our 20s. It's like what the fuck,
Yeah.
Which is like the scary part, I guess.
Yeah, I remember like one time I was out like promoting like one of my shows. I had like a bunch of flyers and I went to it was like some free show at Contenders Board Shop out in Orange, and I think it was like Playo Shaman and Oblivion was playing. And like maybe some other band, but like I remember showing up as a bunch of kids, dude. Like just kids, and like that just tripped me out, dude. But it was cool because like I mean I grew up, I remember like going to my first show when I was like 13 years old, dude, and just thrashing around, having a good time, and like that's just how I grew up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because when I talked to Jeff about that stuff, I'm like, man, I wish I was you when I was 13. I was just going to like regular concerts, I guess. I mean, they were still fun. And like moshing and stuff as like a little kid, because I wasn't the smallest 13-year-old ever, but I was like I can handle myself. But yeah, definitely it's definitely like a trip to like kind of look at that. But I mean, my mom, you met, she still goes to shows like every so often when she can, and she's still like ready, like head bobbing, like all the way back until like she went to like Cow Jams, like the original Cow Jams, like 2. So like that's all like hardcore, I guess. Like you can go, you just gotta like it's all mindset, I guess. Like fucking rock through the pain or something like that, so which is pretty rad. But how I mean, you said like how you said you were a demon child. Let's get into like how demon-esque were you, I guess.
I was just I mean,
was it being picky? Because I was very picky when I was a kid too, so I mean that makes me kind of a demon.
Looking back on it, I don't think I was a thoroughly like a bad human being per se. I guess just like as a kid, I was just really scared a lot. Really self-conscious. I was definitely the kind of kid where I would say like I had a lot of balls, but not a lot of like courage. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
What I mean? But like yeah, just like I remember like showing up to school. I had this like I shit you not like I'm one of those people like honestly if I like told my life story like people probably would not believe me. You know what I mean? But I remember showing up to school and I had this like dinosaur backpack, and I would rock just like these tight ass booty shorts. This was like before like booty shorts were cool. You mean?
Okay.
I don't think are they cool now?
I don't know. I'm not into fashion all that much, but
I mean,
I would guess maybe they've made a comeback every so often. But
I'm bringing them back. I rock them. I'm pretty fucking cool, so they're cool now. But yeah, I'm right. Wore these tight ass booty shorts, and like I had this like hat with like the bill flipped up, and I wrote "Party Naked" on it, and like I was just like a little fucking terrorist and shit. Just always just running around, you know what I mean? Just like doing dumb shit, going to punk rock shows, and just like, and whatnot. But, looking back on it, you know what I mean? I had my fun, I'm a little older now. You know what I mean? I'm still fucking, wilding out and shit, but I've definitely calmed down a little bit.
yeah, I mean, I would hope so, but also it doesn't seem like it from someone looking out of like I guess a circle or whatever you want to call it. It's like, man, dude, that guy's like having a really fucking good time. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I think like looking back at it, I think I've definitely you definitely have like those like kind of is it not paranoia? It's like trying not to embarrass yourself in a way, but like not like I mean you can still like have fun, but like not try to do it unintentionally. I guess is what I'm trying to say too. It's
yeah, I mean I've always growing up, I was always like the kid that like, everyone kind of like had to pay attention to. You know what I mean? Because I was just, I just didn't, I didn't really do well in school. You know what I mean? I was like really socially awkward and whatnot, and it attracted a lot of attention. And then, then getting into punk rock, I just naturally just attracted a lot of attention to myself. And these days, like kind of like finding myself and like being a little comfortable with who I actually am. You know what I mean? I think that's been like really kind of what's important to me in my life, at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick, dude. That's pretty deep. You went pretty deep. I hope people that watch this and see you like from a distance, but when they really listen to what you're saying, I think they understand a lot. It's just like what I like to do this kind of way or formatting it this way. Like trying to see a different side of you that maybe people don't know, and maybe that might better your relationship with someone that maybe is like you've seen at shows and maybe it's like avoiding you because like they're just too scared or like they don't feel like they're cool enough maybe, which is kind of like but it's like it's kind of weird like to not go up and talk to people like that. I guess that's what I found out like growing up. Just people are just people, dude. Like that's all you gotta do is go say hi, man, what's up,
Yeah,
and then that's it.
and the thing is like I mean I know what it's like to be like that weird kind of like socially awkward kid that like no one really wanted to talk to. And so therefore, like those are like the kids I usually seek out. If usually I'm at a show and I see some kid like by himself, like, just some loser kid, you know what I mean, that like, probably has no clue what's going on, real awkward. And I'm like, dude, like you're my people, man. Like I want to like get to know you, and I want to give you a chance, because like I've been there, dude, and yeah, like I mean for the most part I consider myself a pretty open person, because like I mean in a weird way I feel like I have to be,
Yeah,
because like I like to get real with people.
I do too. Definitely when I get a couple drinks inside of me, that's when a lot of people like conversating with me, I guess. I was talking to Fabian last night, who's an old bass player, and we were talking about like a conversation we had about like atomic bomb, and I told like, dude, Franco came up to me, and then after the fact, I was talking to Franco. Franco was like, man, you're really smart, man. I was like, I don't think I am. I just talk a lot, I think, and I just store information. I guess it's kind of weird. That's information that's like kind of like not irrelevant, but some of it is. But it's just like weird to have like conversations like that, and like when people say like something about you, but you don't see it's like you don't see it reflect, I guess, or you don't really understand. It's kind of weird, I guess, to like hear that from someone else, but like, it's kind of like a cool compliment to like have, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Dylan's a good time, dude, and it's like, well, I mean, I would assume you would probably be like, yeah, I'm a good time. Yeah. But after you hear it like for the first time, you're like, shit, dude, I am a golly. Okay, and then not that you like hype yourself up or you have like an ego, but you're like, all right, I think I'm pretty friendly. I think people like me and everything, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think like an important part of all that too is like be like okay with yourself and like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people really take the time to like understand like what that means.
Yeah.
But I get it though, because there's always that part of ourselves that we keep to ourselves, and there's that part that we show to other people. And to a certain extent, I think that us as people, we're kind of allowed to have like different side of ourselves, as long as like those different sides don't really like contradict each other. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Where you just like flip. I've had or past friends where when they're around certain people, they basically like change and just kind of annoying. I'm like, yo, dude, like 5 minutes ago we were chilling, and now you're kind of being a dick. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was deep, dude. Thank you.
No problem, dude.
All right, let's have some fun. All
That's
right,
it.
let's do the reoccurring question of the podcast. I think you've heard of this, right? You've heard this question?
I don't think I have actually.
Okay, all right, here we go. In a situation where you're being swarmed by a horde of 7 to 8 year olds, and you're gonna die in this scenario, okay, regardless, you're a dead man. But before they take you out, how many of them are you gonna take out before you die?
So a horde of them?
Yes, with your bare hands.
Okay. Oh, I feel like I've asked people this question before. But like not with like 78-year-olds, but with like people I know.
I'm talking about 7 to 8 year olds. And we're not fantasizing killing little children, by the way. This is just like a video game scenario kind of concept.
Fuck, this is fucked up. I think I had a dream like this once actually. Or it could be 78-year-olds.
Let's get to the first part and then we'll get to that next part then.
7 to 8-year-olds, how many would I have to kill with my bare hands? Okay, like
Just imagine like the neck snapping, just like throwing some elbows. Like
I mean, okay, like so like are they okay? Do they have like shit going for them in life? Like are they like
no, they're just random children that were just taken from their homes and like they're put in these cages, and then now they're sent to kill you because if they're told that if they don't destroy this person, then they're never going to see their family ever again. That kind of.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna lay down, just die.
So 0.
I'm gonna go with 0. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna, I lived a good life. You know what I mean? I was here for a good time, not a long time. Just let them kill me, and then like. I don't know. They would probably have to go to a lot of fucking therapy after like being like removed from their families, put in cages, and be like, yeah, by the way, you gotta kill some dude.
But also in this scenario, like they're just saying that just to tell the children they're not gonna ever see their parents ever again. So like this is like a pretty dark story or scenario.
This is really oh my god. Why can't like I picture like this like probably actually happening? And probably some weird dystopian this probably happens in some third world country. No, I'm gonna go with 0.
Okay, let's go to 7-year-olds then.
78-year-olds.
78-year-olds.
Okay, them. I don't know. I'm kind of like cool with old people.
You're like I can see it in your face. You're like, I can kill a couple of these motherfuckers, but then I'm like, oh, I love old people too.
No, like, dude, like, I mean, yeah, dude, old people are awesome. I look forward to being an old dude. Fucking, I mean, if they probably are like, done some cool shit in life, they're like, fuck it. You mean, I'd probably go for. I can probably just bare hands, because I can throw blows. That's all people don't know. I can throw blows. I can do it because I can conservatively say 7.
7 conservative states. Okay, all right. That's an interesting number. It's the first number for 78-year-olds, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, all right. That was awesome. You got a little lane change there, which I like. It's like, I don't want to kill the kids. Let's talk about 78-year-olds though.
No, but yeah, like you said, like old people are cool. I mean, like, I technically work kind of with old people. So my day job, other than they say, is like I'm a landscape maintenance dude for like a retirement community.
Oh, okay.
But they're not like old people. They're like 55 and older. So like
they're retired, just retired.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, fuck, I'm retired. You mean like semi-retired. But yeah, so like next time like you're out in like some like community and you see like those random like Mexicans with leaf blowers, like that's me. You mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, this whole complex used to be a retirement, I guess complex, but then they wanted to make money, so I guess they kicked all the old people out eventually, which is like really fucked up. But yeah, it's just I don't know. That's what happens. Yeah, that was fun. Let's get into the last song. All right, you ready? This is Sunset Couriers. What did I write down? Jesus. I think it's Sunset. I think it's I forgot the name of the song already. I know it's Sun-Taken Street. Give me a sec. I apologize about this. Jesus, I just wrote this down. Oh, Raiders. That's that. I don't know how to spell Raiders then. Raiders of the Sunken Streets. Enjoy. Sorry. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. That was Sunset Couriers, Raiders of the Sunken Streets. I, for some reason, wrote it down, but then it smudged already, and I was questioning on what the song's title was. Sunset Couriers, my last guest on the podcast was Franco, Cruz Sanchez. Go check out that podcast and what we did with him. He got weird and awesome, and I fucking love that guy. And go check out his band as well. In between this last song, we were talking about what we want to talk about a little bit next, and it's something that's I think it's kind of an interesting topic for you too, because you obviously have gone to shows and stuff. But I don't think when someone talks to you, like obviously like you like music in the scene, but like what else? Is there anything else you like listening to? Maybe I guess maybe the bigger or more mainstream bands or anything like that you really liked listening to when you grew up.
Yeah. So oddly enough, because I remember you're talking about your mom and how she likes, we have like somewhat similar music tastes. Like my dad actually growing up, shout out to my dad. He's, big diehard metal fan, and I remember, growing up being a little kid, and my uncle, my crazy Uncle Pete, like this dude, like he used to babysit us, like, and he was just like, epitome of just like the awesome uncle. He would always be like dressed in all black and freaking like
That sounds like my uncle too. But he was your uncle in a band?
No.
Okay, never mind.
He's just a dude. But I remember like he would show us like metal music growing up, and like he was like more like the extreme kind of metal, like Goat Whore and like Slayer and all that shit. And I remember my dad, he got us like like a Megadeth album, and like listened to that growing up. And so like metal's always been near and dear to me. My favorite band of all time definitely has to be Black Sabbath.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like they just kind of speak to me. But I mean, honestly, other than that, dude, I'm like all over the place. Because like I have like different playlists.
Okay. Let's talk about those playlists. What's different about them?
Yeah, so I'll pull them up right now, dude. So freaking, I have like different playlists for like different like activities. So, I'll just like go down the list. So the playlists I have right here, the first one's Thug, and it's like just a bunch of like gangster rap.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like I just like I have like I definitely have some fucking Brother Lynch Hun up in that motherfucker, and I got a little bit of X-Rated, a little bit of Bone Thugs. You know what I mean? That's just like the shit I'm into. And then this other playlist is just called Balls to the Wall. It's just a lot of like old school fucking rock and roll. Like I got fucking Scorpions, UFO, Dawkins, fucking Van Halen. You know what I mean? I have a specific playlist just for the act of making some sweet fucking love. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, if we're fucking getting down and dirty, you know what I mean? That's what I'm cranking out.
What's on that?
Oh shit.
Some like Marvin Gaye or something like that?
You best believe I got some Al Green in that motherfucker, dude. I can just read down the list. First one, My Sharia More by Stevie Wonder.
Okay,
this one's a wild card. All right. Like Eating Glass by Block Party. Then I got Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Yes, I'm Ready by Barbara Mason. Time by Snow Allegra. And then some other notable ones. Like I got Wild Horses by Rolling Stones. I have Tired of Being Alone by Al Green. I have Let's Stay Together by Al Green. And then, yeah. And just some other ones. I have another playlist just for like turning up. You know what I mean? It's all over the place. I have one. Okay, so here's the deal. I have one for making whoopee, but I also have a playlist specifically for before I go out. Like if I'm about to like go out, for the night, or like it's literally called pre-date. You know what I mean? So if I'm going hang out with some chick or something, you know what I mean? I just like put on this playlist while I get out of the shower. I'm styling up my hair and shit.
I mean, you have hair, but like I guess like I don't know what you would do differently.
Yeah, like I'll just like, throw some pomade or something into it. You know what I mean? Or like I'll shave, whatever. You know what I mean? Just like if I want to like get all like dolled up and whatnot. You know what I mean? Just for like if I'm going on a date with some chick. You know what I mean?
Clean up a little bit.
And then the one I listen to like probably about 80% of the time, it's literally just called Why, and it's just like a collection of songs that like kind of like give me like motivation.
Okay.
Some are kind of a little melancholy, but like it just kind of gets my blood going. And I guess they're almost like kind of like a meditation, because like sometimes like I'm being real with you. Like being like a entrepreneur, being like a CEO of a company, like it just takes a lot of like emotional energy. And for me, like I just need like that
Pick me up.
yeah, like something to pick me up, something just kind of help me reflect and whatnot. Because like I have to deal with a lot of like emotionally charged situations, and like I the tool that I have as far as like entrepreneur goes is like um my ability just to look at those situations logically and deal with them. I mean, in the best way that I can.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Good pointers for people right there. Get your shit together, guys. Listen to some music and calm your ass down.
Yeah. And like the thing like with like meditation is like a lot of people when they think of meditation they think of like it has to be some sort of Eastern like sit cross-legged in a park floating in midair just saying you know what I mean. But meditation all it really is preparation and contemplation.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's gonna help you prepare for your day, whatever's gonna help you contemplate your day.
Yeah. Also, it's like breathing too is pretty important too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think maybe that's where the hums come from, but yeah. I've done a couple of meditation things. I don't do it regularly, but I should. Yeah, a lot of it's like just concentrating, kind of just stay like chilling out and then breathing from like the stuff that I was doing, I guess.
Yeah. Because like what I'll do is I'll put on that playlist. I'll just take a walk around the neighborhood. You know what I mean? If I have like just kind of an angry day, like I'm, I just dealt with some like difficult situation. Like I'll blast some fucking Slayer. Just be like you know what I mean? Like my always go-to album is like Undisputed Attitude by Slayer. Probably one of the most underrated metal albums of all time. And then like, yeah, but like I'll just, oh man. I'm gonna be real. I gotta take a dump. Yeah, dude. Fucking, just like it just something just gonna help me like, just kind of get my head together.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's nice. All right. Do you want to end it here so you can go take a dump?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's been the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already, go ahead and love the video on SoundCloud. Go ahead and follow us as well on there. Go ahead and share this with all your invisible friends. Also, the audio version of this will be out Monday. As always, it'll be on SoundCloud, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts, and then eventually will be on Spotify. Then the video version will be up on YouTube on Wednesday. And go ahead and subscribe and like the video and share that as well. And go check out Naysay and all their shows. And do you have personal Instagram, right? Or no?
I don't do personal Instagram. Yeah, just follow us on at Naysay Community on Facebook and Instagram. Naysay Community. Naysay.
And then community, which is not hard to spell, but yes. I have been the host, Richard Radillo, joined by Dylan Gonzalez. Thank you very much, Dylan, for being here. And we'll see you guys in the next edition of the Above Ground Music Radio Podcast. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.